One of the absolute coolest Pokemon designs in the most recent generation is finally here in action figure form, which means it should probably be an amazing figure, right? Wait, right?
Damn, I give up. I can't. Of all of the Pokemon that exist, I think Ceruledge might be the most action figure-esque of them all. Like, he's like the most perfect guy to be made into an action figure. He's so action figure-like, toyetic, you know? I mean, Armor Rouge would be too, but I'm so excited for this one. So I don't always do Pokemon on this channel, but when I do, it's always awesome. I mean, of course it is. Anyway, we've got the new Target exclusive Jazzwares Trainer Team Series Ceruledge, which I'm a huge fan of what Jazzwares is doing with Pokemon. I'm so glad they've gotten the license, I don't know how many years ago, because they're putting out legitimate action figures of Pokemon that's not just Charizard, which is great, we love Charizard, but we want other ones too, like Ceruledge, or Garchomp, or Dragapult, and I think this is really the first time we've ever gotten straight up action figures of Pokemon. You know, not just toys, action figures, if you know what I mean. And they're still only 20 bucks. 20 bucks. Look at this guy. I feel like all the figures are going up 25, 26, 30, but Jazzwares is staying pretty strong in the $20 range. They deserve a lot of credit for what they're doing. Jazzwares, I appreciate you so much. I really do. Ceruledge is a relatively new Pokemon. Actually, he's, you know, one of the newest. He's been, I think, quite popular as far as Pokemon from the Gen 9, you know, the Paldea region. He's very marketable. He might look like a Mega Man character, but Pokemon has definitely been putting him in the spotlight too. He's definitely getting some marketing going on, and here's another example of it. We've got an action figure of him. If you're looking to pick this guy up, he's a Target exclusive. I'll have some links in the description if you want to get him online. I should even be able to have him in the actual YouTube video shopping thing too, so whatever works for you, it's over there. So besides Ceruledge, what is your favorite Pokemon from this generation, from Gen 9? I mean, Ceruledge is up there. Armor Rouge, of course. I mean, Reverum is definitely one of my top. I love Baxcalibur, King Gambit. He'd be a great figure as long as he's not just sitting down all the time. Okay, so one of my biggest concerns about this figure is kind of present. Not completely, because my biggest fear was, would he be able to stand without his stand, which he does have right here? And the answer is yes, he does stand, but man, it was actually a little difficult, because he's got basically a big toenail for his foot, and that's just about it. So you really have to work with him to get him to stand up. He's got lots of weight going on in other areas here. And you know what? His knees and stuff are really loose. His joints are really loose, which isn't usually the case with these figures. It's very loose. Like, look at this. I'm not gonna lie, so far I'm a little disappointed. Like, that's very loose, and the knee is not horrible. I mean, he does have a stand, but I don't like the excuse of, he comes with a stand, so he doesn't have to stand. Come on, see, look, I can't even do it again. Come on, Ceruledge, stand up, dude. Damn, I give up. I don't know how I did it the first time, but I can't again. And I'm a little disappointed right now. My excitement has gone down, and I mean, a lot of his joints are just like really loose. Like, I can't believe this. Well, let me use the stand and let's continue. Come on. Okay, so with the stand, he has no problem. And so he looks great. As far as looking like the Pokemon, Ceruledge, he definitely looks like you pulled him right out of the game, you know? He looks, oh man, look at that. The knee is just starting to collapse. Maybe I just got a bad one. I'm really curious. Do you have this figure? How are the joints for yours? Are they this loose? This arm is not as bad as this one. Just like, it's like they dipped him in butter before they put him in the box. So yeah, back to the look. He looks just like Ceruledge. That's a plus. They definitely nailed that for sure. One thing as far as the look goes that I really thought would be cool is if the tips of the sword, his swords, were actually like a translucent instead of it being pink, maybe like a pink translucent. Because with the Dragapult that they did make that tip clear towards the end and totally translucent. That would have been cool. Even towards the top of his hair would have been really great too. I don't know how hard that is to make happen in an action figure, but that would be really cool. So as far as looks go, we'll give it a 9 out of 10. What am I doing? I don't give ratings out of 10. As far as looks goes, pretty great. There is like no integrity to this figure at all. You grab it by something and you can just feel it move constantly. It's like I put it down like this and I can feel it just go and flatten out because of the joints. Gosh, I'm so disappointed. I'm usually never so negative, and I started this video out being so positive. And I bet you if the joints were tighter, he probably would be able to stand. He wouldn't just flop over. I'm disappointed. So he's obviously got plenty of other movable parts, like his head and his waist do move, and even his little shoulder pads do, which is cool, but you know, still unfortunately they struggle. So I want to put him in a pose where, look at that, you know, he's kind of got both of his arms back. I was kind of hoping to do like a Naruto run kind of pose with him, and I can't really do that because like I put his swords up like this, and they just fall. Oh man. I'm sorry I'm complaining so much. Look at that. Okay, let's get into something positive here. The paint and stuff, they definitely did nail, but the pink to the blues to the purples is really just like, it's eye candy. Like he looks very cool. That's a plus. That's a huge plus. And oh, there we go. That's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool pose, right? All right, Ceruledge, there we go. So there's no accessories or anything, and I've already kind of been over the articulation, so I feel like I've already kind of hit all the marks here. I gotta say, I'm pretty disappointed in this figure a lot. You know, knowing me, I always kind of steer towards the positive, but yeah. Okay, wait, how tall is this guy? With his little fiery hair, he is exactly 6 inches. That's good. He's a 6-inch figure. I guess that's a plus. That's a plus. I'm taking it. I'm taking what I can get. But the question is he a W or an L? I mean, there are some W's in here somewhere. There are. But all the functionality is kind of out the window unless you really try hard. He can't stand or really be posed much at all. It's pretty disappointing. So I'm gonna have to give a very rare L. I don't ever give out L's on, like, ever. Like, I mean, I want to like him so bad, and I love what Jazzwares has been doing. I really hope that I just got a bad version. Please, if you have this figure and he's not like this and he's great, please let me know in the comments, because I don't want anyone to be discouraged from loving this figure. It would be unfair for me to give him a W, I think. So, unfair to you watching, for sure. So, he's an L, unfortunately. I'm so sorry, Ceruledge. I feel so bad. But this is in fact a shooting and reviewing video, and I'm not gonna give up. And I'm gonna figure out a way to make this guy look cool and take a picture of him, and it's gonna be awesome. And you know what? There's gonna be plenty of fire in this video. Fire! Okay, here we are. I'm back outside at night again. There's my setup from the shot I took yesterday. But anyway, Ceruledge is out here. He's just in the most basic pose, but it still looks cool. I'm using just one of my little skewers to stand him up because the stand is a little bit bulky, and this works just fine. So I've got some cool lights. You can't really tell so much in this camera, but I've got a purple light and a pink light right there, and another just plain white light. And in camera, it looks pretty cool right now. There's lots of cool colors, rim lighting, plain black background, and it looks quite cool. So my plan is I'm actually gonna put a bunch of water all over the ground to create a very reflective surface. Then I'm gonna take some Zippo lighter fluid and light some fires, take the shot, and get some cool, fiery, vibrant shots, hopefully, and add them all in together in Photoshop. And that's really it. And I hope it looks kind of cool. So after the water has been laying down, it'll be nice and reflective, and I'm going to just take a little bit of this Zippo lighter fluid and put some behind, maybe a little bit in front, so I get some flames in the background, a little bit of flames in the foreground, and just get some cool effects, really. Zippo is the best kind of lighter fluid for this kind of thing because it burns on anything, even pavement, and it burns a lot less hot than something like gasoline would. It's still fire, so you gotta be careful, but it's a little bit less hot than something like gasoline. So this is really the best kind of thing to use. Obviously be very careful if you ever try something like this. Obviously I have water there, which does help. Have an adult or something. That's it. But the way I'm gonna be editing this photo is gonna be similar to the way I do a lot of the fireworks stuff. So I'll have all the tutorials on how I do that stuff linked in the description if you need any help with that, if you want to give it a shot yourself. And of course, I'll also have all of the gear I'm using in the description as well too. The lights, discounts, the camera I'm using, everything, even the Zippo. You can put that online too in the description. So that'll all be in there. So I'm gonna dump the water and I'm gonna get going and take this shot. So let's go.
This figure had so much potential to be amazing, but it's like somebody went and greased up the joints before they put it in the box. Like, what happened? Man, I'm so disappointed, but I still was able to take a cool photo, I guess, with it, so that's not so bad. If you did enjoy the video, at least, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and the photo will be posted on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. You can find me on all those platforms. Those links are in the description of the video as well. And as always, thank you so much for watching and getting this far into the video. I will see you in the next one.